So, what's up though? So, it's Sunday morning. It's raining. You know, it never rains. It never rains in California. You hear me? It never rains in Southern California. They tell me it rains in Southern California. It's real. It's real. I mean, I'm not in Southern California right now, but it never rains here. And so for it to be raining, it's kind of like interesting. You feel me? So anyway, thank you for watching me. Please keep in mind that I will no longer be doing free live streams on YouTube. I stopped doing live streams for a long time, and now I'm starting to do them back up again. And coming April 1st, I will no longer be doing live streams for free on YouTube. It's membership only. If you would like to see free live streams from me, you have to follow me on Instagram because that's where I will be doing them, okay? My Instagram is at the real Soncerae, all right? Everybody keeps asking me about my mother. If you would like to send my mother a care packet, and I'm talking about like natural things, maybe vitamins, stuff like that to help her get over this virus she has, please feel free to look at my community tab, and my P.O. box is on the community tab. If you would like to send donations to my mother, you can. I think I put her Cash App up there as well. So now that I got that way, moving on. So let me tell you something about me, all right? That a lot of people do not know. All right. I do this thing where I will date a lot of men at once. All right. Not have sex with them, but date a lot of men at once. Everybody knows I'm kind of a standoffish as far as sharing intimacy, like on a sexual level with guys, because I feel like a guy has to earn that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? To just be going around and having sex with you. Usually, I'm the type of person I like to be friends with a guy for a extended period of time, and once we feel comfortable with each other, then I'll feel like I could, possibly be in a relationship with him. But one of the things that I've always done is kept a damn roster. Okay? That means I got about 4 or 5 guys that's trying to get at me at once, and I'm dating all of them. And until I crack down which one I actually want, I'll just date all of them. Now, here's the difference between me and a whole bunch of other women. I'm the type of woman, I'm going to tell every dude. See, I don't like to be like how guys do. You know how guys do? They'll date a whole bunch of women and try to make it seem like the one that they really, really like, they'll lie to her and say, hey, you're the only one. Or even the one that they don't really feel like that, but they dating her the past time, because she at the bottom of the roster. They'll tell her stuff like, oh, you're the only one. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That is terrible. I would never do that. If I'm dating more than one guy, I let them know, hey, I'm dating you. Another guy is taking me out. And a lot of guys get intimidated by that. And that lets you know that they don't need to be on the roster at all. Because one of the things that I prefer, really, is number one, a guy who's confident in himself. And another thing with guys is that when they really, really into you, they're going to stick to you through whatever. They really, really want to kick it with you. So they're going to be with you, or spend time with you, even if you're dating other guys. Now, again, I do not encourage women to be on some Meg the Stallion type of kick and go out here and be hot girl summer in it, you know, but, dropping it like it's hot on every single guy hanging from the chandelier. And once you spin around, wherever you land is who it is. I don't encourage that. But I do feel like as a woman, you got to do what you can to make sure that these guys earn their spots. Okay, and there's a lot of guys out there that don't feel like they should earn their spot. Yeah, it is when you got a whole bunch of men trying to holler at you. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you a man, notice how men do stuff. If men out here got a whole bunch of women that's interested in them, right? And I'm not telling women to be like man. I'm just saying women, you need to adopt a lot of the, choices. Like a lot, not choices, but a lot of the, I want to say, a lot of the tactics that men have when as far as dating goes, because that way you get your feelings hurt less, and women get their feelings hurt more because they keep investing into this one guy. So what men tend to do when they are very attractive, they have this roster of women. They have a whole bunch of women that they sit and they talk to, and depending upon who they like the most, it'll dwindle down with time, Men don't usually just decide after a couple of dates, like maybe after a date, 1 date, 2 date, maybe 3 dates, that this is the woman for him. Usually it takes more than that for a guy to just suddenly, want to be in a relationship. All right. So with women, don't the third date it's time for you to have sex. A lot of women think that third date it's time for you to go out here and be with this man and kick it. That is not. No, I know women that go out there and have sex on the first date. I wouldn't even kiss on the first date. I think that that's like the worst mistake too, because you don't, again, you don't really know these dudes. I don't think that sex or kisses and stuff like that. Don't get these men stuff like it's a salutation, because if you start to them like it's a salutation, they're gonna believe, hey, well, you must give every guy this salutation. This must be something that you do with every single guy. Now, let me tell you a guy that needs to be on the bottom of the roster, and a lot of women, if they even deserve to be on the roster, but a lot of men who need to be on the bottom of the roster are as follows. And women, I don't know why women put up with so much stuff. Y'all better than me, okay? Because I swear to God, I can't. Like, I just get to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe I put up with my son's father for 6 months. The stuff he was doing. But you see, once it got worse, I left. And he was trying to play this game like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to see if she stick with me type of vibe. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys that belong on the bottom of the roster, and yes, I'm telling women to go out here and date 4 or 5 guys at a time. Yeah, don't have sex with them, but definitely keep your options open. This is multiple choice test here. This is not no one answer type of situation. So you got to explore your options, and trust me, honey, you got a lot of them, all right? And for every guy that do something wrong or got to get kicked off the roster, you put a new guy on the roster. You heard what I'm talking about? So anyway, guys that belong at the bottom of the roster, all right, are men who are inconsistent. All right, men who are answering phone calls, men who aren't scheduling dates, men who only want to do Netflix and chill. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Men that all they want to do is meet at the coffee house. All they want to do is meet at Starbucks, and that's it. All they want to do is text, and that's it. Cause see, for me, let me tell you something about texting. All right, I text all of the time, and the reason why is because my ass don't have time. Like, I don't have time to be phone boning. I don't have time to be like, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, nobody got time for that, okay? Because I got businesses, I got stuff going on, so I ain't got time. You know what I mean? I ain't got time. So I don't be on the phone a lot. But after I have dated a guy for a little while, I let him start talking to me on the phone. You gotta do a little system like that. Like, I won't even talk to a guy on the phone until we go on our first date. Like, I'm texting you in the meantime, especially if I met you online. Like, fuck no. We can schedule something and I'll meet you somewhere, like maybe Applebee's or something. I might talk on the phone with you for a second, but all this, let's talk on the phone for an hour or two before we go on a date type of situation. Nah. Now, when that first date come, it's almost like an interview. I don't want to put too much pressure on a guy. But one thing I ain't about to be talking about is relationships and marriages and exes. Those are the three things that people don't need to be talking about on the first date. So if a person brings that up, they need to go to the bottom of the roster. Period. Or kick them off the roster altogether. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be talking about all that. And so, another thing, I think that women need to start factoring in their relationship with God, and a man's relationship with God. Because one of the experiences I had that I can tell you is that every time I had a negative experience with a man, and the men that gave me the most problems are the men whose hearts are hardening. And they're having a difficult time with their. My son's father was that way. He had a difficult time with his belief system. He didn't know whether he wanted to be Christian, Hebrew Israelite, Buddhist, spiritual, into Egyptology. He just didn't know. He just didn't know. So, ladies, with each guy, you need to factor in their faith. You know what I mean? Fellas, to me, fellas, listen. If you're meeting a girl and she's not her spirit, and she's talking about she don't want to do some type of soul searching, and she don't have time for soul searching or something like that, I'm gonna need for you to get that chick a moment to figure out what's really going on in life, because Fixing something that has to do with your soul is the first thing that you need to do before you even start going around here dating people. If you can't figure out what's going on with yourself spiritually, you don't need to be going out here dating anybody. Because that has to do with your relationship, your self-care, your soul, your spirit. That's all about what you doing on the inside. If you can't figure out what's going on the inside, what you doing out here on the outside world? Messing around with other people. You got to start asking people, like quizzing people to try to figure out, have they dealt with their demons? Have they dealt with their trauma? Have they dealt with their emotional issues and stuff? Because they will put that stuff all on you inside of that relationship, okay? Or even in a dating experience, I'm starting to realize that I'm starting to see the true color of guys off break. Now, here's another thing. What puts a guy at the bottom of the roster? If he just got out of a relationship with somebody and he swear up and down his feelings are out, I swear to God, I should have put the last guy I dated at the bottom of the roster. Okay, because he was talking about, oh, I've been separated for 2 years. And then this chick been in our entire relationship, causing drama, calling him, whispering in his ear stuff about our relationship, calling me and shit. Come on, man. Like, listen, any guy who tells you he just got out of a relationship with a woman, don't be the one that's sitting here, oh, I want to heal you. I'm gonna be Miss Clean Up Woman. I want to wipe your tears away and all that foolishness. Come on, man. Like, even with guys, like, do not date women who just got out of a relationship with a guy. Give her some time, man. Give her some time. I don't care if she tells you it's been 2 years, 4 years. If she bring him up in general, question it. Like, just be like, if this person starts being somebody that they talk about all the time, bottom of the roster. Another problem that I had off break, right? You got to tell men what you expected out of the situation. All right. If you tell them what you expected, like, let me give you an example of this guy I was talking to about flowers. I think I told the story about the flowers. Y'all remember the story about the flowers? Y'all remember that? Listen, anybody that's putting something in the chat, I'm gonna get to you in a moment. All right, don't leave. Stay right here. I'm gonna get to you in a moment. Okay, so I told y'all the story about the flowers, right? Where I was having like a month. Okay, I was having a bad month, and this guy that I was talking to knew it. And so we had already been on a date once or twice already, and I said to him, but this was about to be the third date, something like that. And I asked him, I said, could you do me a favor? He was like, yeah. I said, could you bring me some flowers, some calla lilies? Because calla lilies are my favorite flower. I was like, can you bring me some flowers? He was like, no. Flowers come from the heart. I was like, wait. So, as my friend, one of the things that you're supposed to do, if I come to you and I asked you to help me feel better, and I'm not having a good, month, week, day, and I ask you to bring me something that's going to cheer me up, and you tell me no, I'm supposed to still want to kick it with you. He was like, you need to let me court you. I was like, so because I'm telling you what it is that I need, and you're not just assuming who I am, that means you're not courting me? That's stupid. Okay, that's dumb. All right? I'm telling you what it is that I need. If you let a man just give you what he thinks you want, you're gonna end up not getting what you want. You understand? Let him had told it. Let him had handled it. He'd have came to our date with roses. And anyone who knows me, I cannot stand roses. I hate roses. I hate the way they smell. I can't stand the way that they look. They're so cliche. It's always what men buy. Fellas, it's other flowers out there, honey. You can actually impress a woman by buying her a flower that isn't a daisy, carnation, or rose. Please, if you're going to buy a woman some flowers, like, veer off into another kind. All right, please just do us that favor, all right? So I personally asked him because I was like, you know what? I think this will maybe make me feel better. He was like, well, I only give flowers to women I'm in a relationship with and my mother. I was like, wait, what? Wait, you mean to tell me in your courting stage, before you even got in a relationship with a woman, you never bought her flowers? Now, here's the one thing that I kept seeing about this guy that I ignored the first couple of times. And this is the problem with a lot of women. I'm the type of woman that I like to give men the benefit of the doubt, and that's something that I need to quit. Okay, because that's not working. All right? Don't give men the benefit of the doubt. When you see a red flag, don't try to look for more signs to be sure if this man is somebody that you should be dating or not, please. Like, that is just retarded. Like, don't do that. This guy kept doing stuff like, and in the middle of us having a conversation, if we're talking about something, like, it doesn't matter, we could have been having a conversation about tomato soup, all right, and this fool, Soncerae, you're not gonna get what you want out of me. And I'll be thinking, we talking about tomato soup, like, how are you even bringing? Women always want to get what they want out of me. I'm not going to give you what you want. And I'm like, why would I want to date you if you're not going to give me what I want? The point is dating someone who feels comfortable with giving you what you want. I'm not saying spoil somebody rotten. I'm not saying if a person is out here asking you for ridiculous stuff, you go out here and you do it. I'm just saying naturally the things that you bring into a relationship, the person that you're courting or the person that you're dating should want that stuff from you. The normal stuff that people want inside of a relationship, which is probably peace, laughter, fun, gifts, dates, stuff like that. That should be stuff that you should be willingly interested in giving someone. It shouldn't be something that you gotta pull teeth to get. You understand? Now, there's a difference between dating someone and being in a relationship with someone. If you've been friends with somebody, like me and this guy have been friends for a while, so we already had a decent rapport. Because like I said, I'm the type of person, I'd be friends with a guy for a long time before I decided to go on a date with him. So me and this guy been like friends for like 2 years, and here we are going on our third date. And I'm struggling to get some flowers out of dude. I was like, no, you don't value this. Because if you did, you probably would have brought me flowers on the first goddamn date. But the fact that I'm sitting here on our third one having to ask you for them and you don't want to give them to me says a lot about who you are. Peace be gone. Bottom of the roster or off the roster altogether. I don't want to see you again. You feel me? Men have to start understanding you are not the only man who is interested in me. Men tend to think, oh, if I'm talking to this girl and she going on a date with me, I'm the only man she interested. I mean, I'm the only woman. I mean, she I'm the only man that's interested in her. And I'm the only man she's interested in. Women have got to stop making men think this on a first, second, or third date. Y'all have to stop putting your eggs in one basket. And then when this guy decides that he wants to date the other woman who he's been dating the entire time he's been dating you, your feelings are hurt somewhere. Women out here giving it up on the first date and then be upset. Like, how are you upset? You can't be doing first come love, then come marriage, then come baby on a baby carriage. First night. First night he asked you to come over and Netflix and chill. Are you kidding me? Like, I just don't understand women that are like that. Me, I'm not interested. I don't be that interested in a dude no first date. And I think a lot of men felt some type of way about that because they don't expect women to be that way. For me, I just be looking at dudes like, what is it that you're doing? Why do you feel like you the only interested in me? And then don't get me started on the men who have rejected me. These arrogant fools think they the only man out there who I was interested in. If you're a man who's interested in me, right, for a second, and then I do something, right, that you don't like, and you don't want to deal with me anymore, don't think I'm pressed. I think because so many women out there pressed that they like, oh, I'm gonna tell her I don't want to be with her. I'm gonna reject her, and she just gonna follow me around. Bitch, bye. I'm not about to be doing all that. Peace out to you. Assalamu alaikum. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm the type of person. Oh, you don't want to kick with me? Fine. Now, here's one thing I don't do. I don't try to read a dude mind. Like, if a man not feeling me, he need to say that or act like it. Once he say it and act like it, then I'm good. But don't expect me to read your mind about what you want or what you don't want. I'm going to come into the situation being myself because I know I'm valuable. One man's trash is another man's treasure. You understand? One man's I don't know is another man's, oh, I knew the moment I saw her, she was mine. You feel me? So women, you have to, it's kind of like a numbers game. That's how men operate. It's a numbers game for men. Okay? So it should be a numbers game for us as well. It's more than enough people in this world that you can have a decent rapport with. You don't have to sit in a complicated situation because you feel like all relationships are complicated. I saw this woman post on Facebook. She was like talking about her teacher. She said her teacher was dating this guy. He was complicating her life. So she decided to be friends with him until he decided he wanted to settle down with her. And then they ended up together and married. Now, I just want to let y'all know that, this story is an exception to a rule, because 9 times out of 10, the rule is if you dating somebody and he acting up, just because you sit back and try to be his friend, don't mean that suddenly he gonna start acting right because he done realized what he missed and now he want to be in a relationship and act right. That don't usually happen. It usually take much more time to go by. You're not gonna have a little friendship for 3 months or 6 months or to a year, and then suddenly, oh, he just decides he wants to be with you. That is an exception to a rule. All right. So when you hear another woman tell you this story, it's an exception. All right. So when men act up, right, and they decide they want to move on to another woman, all right, or I don't know, they do whatever. Let them walk off and do whatever it is that they want to do. Okay, don't come. Let them gizzo. Okay, like for real, let them walk. All right. This woman, and I'm going back to the Facebook post. This woman said she saw her teacher, and her teacher, man, wasn't acting right. So she told him, "Listen, I just want to be friends." He walked off. He decided he wanted to be back with her. She said, this is what she put in a Facebook post. She said, and I quote, if I can remember the quotes correctly. Hold on. She said, the moral of the story is you gonna go through hell with all niggas. So you might as well go through hell with the nigga that you really want to be with. I was like, it's women out here settling for this bullshit? Like, I was like, wait. This, are you kidding me? You mean to tell me this foolish statement is what women out here settling for? First of all, let me explain something to women. Relationships are not hell. If you keep getting in a relationship and each single one is hell, you need to rethink your choices. All right? You need to think about what you really choosing to be in a relationship with. Because most relationships are good. Most marriages are good. Healthy relationships are real. So the fact that you think, well, every relationship is going to be dysfunctional, or every relationship is going to be complicated, or every relationship you're going to have problems, of course you're going to disagree. But major issues, like if you're having major issues inside of your relationship all the time, that's not somebody that you need to be with. Don't stick with him because that's the man you want. Just because it's a man you want don't necessarily mean that's the man you need in your life. I could do bad all by my damn self. If you're going to bring hell into my situation, I don't want you. You are supposed to be enhancing my life experience, not making it more dramatic, not giving me more problems and issues. Come on, man. That's crazy. Anyway, back to the chat. Let me go to the chat. Okay. Are you taking guys out also? Okay, let's talk about high valued women. K Talton 79. Soncerae used to be the woman that would go Dutch on a date. My last relationship with my son's father, I used to go Dutch on everything with him. Went half with everything with him. When I got sick and I couldn't work anymore, I was pregnant. The first complaint that my son's father had to the world on the internet was she couldn't hold up her end of the bargain. So that means you don't want to be with me anymore? Because I'm sick and I can't hold up my end of the bargain? Nigga, you should be happy it's a woman out here wanting to do Dutch with you, because most women, high valued women, they want you to pay for everything, because being a man in the situation is your responsibility, not mine. Y'all claim y'all don't want women to want you for your finances, but you make your finances so important. You make your finances be the reason why you a real man. The more money you got, the more you a real man. It's men out here that's like, I'm not ready to be in a relationship until I get my finances together. But then get mad when the women that they end up with only want them for their money. You make your money the most important thing inside of a situation. I do not encourage women to go Dutch on dates until y'all been together for a while. First date, second date, date through 1 through 5. Women don't need to be paying for it. Because you need to let a man earn the privilege for you to help him with the stuff that he's supposed to be doing. Do I look like I'm about to take out a man? No. Do I look like I'm about to sit up here and propose to some man? No. I genuinely believe in gender roles. I feel like there are things out there that men can do that women can't, and there are things out there that women can do that men can't. It's just how we're built. If we're just talking about basic man and women, we're not adding in transgender people, homosexual people, all of the other things outside of just regular norm. We're not talking about the, special cases or the exceptions to the rule. We're talking about in a traditional sense of man and women. The basics, the basics of that. Because each person gets to decide how they want their relationship to be and the gender roles inside of that relationship once y'all get together. But as far as the basic traditional ways things are supposed to go, I'm sticking to that through my dating process. And once we end up in a relationship, if we want to move stuff around and change things and have an equal responsibility or whatever it is that we decide to do for our relationship, that sounds good to me. So hell no, I'm not paying for taking no dude out. Anyway, Elijah Ward, what's wrong with Netflix and chill and you're not having sex? Okay, let me tell you the problem with Netflix and chill if you're not having sex. Netflix and chill is an indication that you with has a hang up about money. When a man asks you to come to his house and Netflix and chill, it's either number one, he don't have any money, or number two, he don't feel like you valuable enough for him to take you no damn where. That's two problems right there. Okay? We're talking about women who have themselves together, meaning if you're the type of woman and you're walking around here with your finances together, you got your own car, your own crib, your own job, your own money, you want someone who is equal to that. You don't want somebody who's broke. Let me just say this, broke plus broke equals more broke. Okay? If a person is financially in a good place and then they start dating someone who is broke, both of them going to end up broke. Okay? I just experienced this. This is why I'm telling y'all this. Because I was financially in a good place. I had 4 sources of income when I started dating my son's father. He was working $12 an hour somewhere. My ass is working like $30, $35 an hour somewhere, and I got side hustles and businesses, YouTube check, graphic design business, all this stuff going on, and I'm finally getting my finances together after a year broke for messing around with some other situation that had to do with my relatives. Here I was fixing my situation, and then I met my son's father, his broke ass. And the reason why I ended up in a hotel pregnant is because I chose to deal with someone who was broke. All right? And when it came time for me to need help financially, his broke ass couldn't help me. You feel what I'm saying? So when you dating someone, you have to factor in where they are financially because there are real life issues out here. There are real life things that we got to deal with. We got bills and stuff to pay. We got survival. We need to eat. We need somewhere to sleep. We need somewhere to go. And we equally need to be playing our part. And if something happens to one of us, the other one is supposed to be able to kick in the gear. All right? Netflix and chill from the beginning. A first date, Netflix and chill, whether y'all having sex or not, is a sign that something is wrong. No Netflix and chill first date through 5. 1 through 5 date, don't do it. Don't do it. All righty. When you're dating, what are you looking for? A relationship or just a hookup? I never look for hookups. Casual sex is not appealing to me. I'm not saying that people can't go out there and do that. Because if that's your thing, if that's what you want to get, you go out there and you do that. Because there's some people in that stage in their life. Like I said before, when I talked about me being a mistress, remember when I was introduced to the swingers lifestyle? During that time in my life, I had got so tired of being that main chick that kept getting cheated on. I was in these relationships, got the big diamond ring on my finger, up in the house, cooped up in the house. Meanwhile, my fiance, soon husband, out here in the streets, sleeping around with a whole bunch of women. I got tired of being that. So by the time I ended up being some dude's mistress, that's all I could be. So the stage in life you in determines what you look for inside of a relationship. You're not ready for a relationship, don't look for one. If you're looking for someone to just sleep with, don't look for a person who's looking for a relationship. That's the mistake a lot make. You hurt a lot of women as a man. When you go out here and you're looking for somebody to just sleep with, but you go to these women who are quality women who are looking for a relationship and you try to jump them off as if they like side pieces and chicks that you don't catch feelings for. Now, it's not just your fault. I mean, that's a bad thing to do, but it's not just your fault because these women aren't doing what they need to do to figure out who you are first and what you want first. Because usually, listen, a man will show you and or tell you what he wants in a relationship, or if he even wants a relationship or not. Usually by his actions or by what he's saying. A lot of times you cannot listen to what men say. You gotta listen to what they do. So if you want somebody to just sleep with, that's fine. If you want somebody to just hook up with, that's fine. Trust me, there's other people out there that's looking for that same thing. Looking for that little casual thing. But the problem is how people respond when that casual thing over. Like when I decided to be this dude's mistress, right? I was his friend first, so we was real cool. I was just trying to understand his situation. His situation was screwed up. Like his wife had cheated on him. He didn't want to be in a marriage, but he kind of did want to just hold on to the marriage to make sure, his marriage worked out. He wasn't even married to her when I met him. He was just dating her. And then they ended up getting married. And I kept telling him beforehand, listen, I ain't trying to be your wife or your girlfriend or nothing, but I'm here to tell you that you might not want to marry this chick if you sitting here having sex with me. That means you're not ready to be married or you're unhappy with this woman. Because when you genuinely love a woman and you genuinely want to be married or genuinely in a relationship, nothing in you would make you want to be in a relationship with somebody else or have sex with somebody else. You wouldn't even disrespect her in that way. So I was respecting him for where he stood, and he was supposedly respecting me for where I stood. But later on, when we decided to no longer deal with each other, when he would tell people stories about our situation, he would disrespect me. And I never disrespected him. Like I never judged him for his situation, for his sexual preferences, whatever it is that was going on with him, I never did it. I never judged him. But he judged me. So as women, we got to be careful when we get into these casual things with men because men will go around classifying you as the hoe as if they didn't participate in a casual hookup with you. As if you the only one that participated in a casual hookup. Because men think women aren't supposed to do casual hookups. So as a woman, if that's what you want for you, be able to accept what's going to be said about you by this man you hooking up with. Because see, me, I don't give a fuck what a man I used to sleep with says. He's irrelevant to me, especially if we were just doing a casual thing. Because in my eyes, you ain't in no position to be calling nobody no hoe or promiscuous or slut or tramp or anything if you was hoeing around with me. You feel me? That's my thought process. So if you going around here and you saying all this negative stuff, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like you irrelevant. All right. B Productions. I will bring you flowers. It's about people. Look out for one another. Thank you, B Productions. See? Thank you. Kay Taunton, you asking me a lot of damn questions up in here. Are you always available for him? Who? So you want a guy to send you flowers, but you have multiple giving the same thing. In Cali, there are 7 women to every man. No, no. In Cali, in Northern California, first of all, let's go over this. In California, it's not 7 women to every man. It's equal here of all races. It's everybody. Okay, I'm in Northern California. I'm not in Los Angeles, so maybe that's the ratio in Los Angeles. But here in Northern California, in the Bay, it's equal everything. I have all types of men I could date. Number one. That's number one. Number two, the guy that we were talking about where I asked him for flowers, he was the only guy that I asked for flowers. I didn't go around and ask a whole bunch of guys for flowers. Apparently, if I'm asking him to give me something, and he's been my friend for a while, and we've been on several dates, apparently I'm thinking that this is going in a good direction. It doesn't mean because I'm having this experience with him or I'm asking this from him that I'm asking the same thing from another guy. Each guy is different. Each guy brings something different to the table. Each guy requires something else. So it's not asking the same. I mean, a series of guys for the same thing. Okay, use sex because that's what they want to. Fair exchange. Eh. Girl, we as women need to soften. I mean, I guess. Because dealing with these men, I would say we need to harden. We need to harden. Uh, you said it's not equal, so you shouldn't have to ask. Well, that's what I was saying. I shouldn't even have to ask dude for some flowers, but I was having like a bad day and I just wanted flowers because I was just having a bad day. So I asked him to bring me some. Fornication only leads to misery and disease. I don't know what damn boat you done came to America on, but I wouldn't say that it leads to misery and disease if you two have each other. If you have an understanding with something and this is your arrangement, you're not gonna have misery and disease from it. If a casual thing is is what you want. You knew he had a fiance, but you was sleeping with him. No, yeah, Jay Santiago. Yeah, Jay Santiago. Did you miss the point? Is Jay dumb? Hello. Someone share with Jay what's really going on. Of course, that's what I was doing because that's all I could be. We're talking about the stages in life people are in, and not to judge them in those stages of life. So if you're the type of person that wants a casual situation, nobody should be looking down on you simply because you want a casual situation. It's what you want. If you want a relationship with somebody, a committed relationship, but you're not ready to be married, that's fine. Nobody should be looking at you like, damn, why you ain't trying to be married? You just want to be in a in a committed relationship. Do that for you. If you want to be married, don't date people that only want a casual fling or only want a committed relationship. Date people who are interested in being married. It's nothing wrong with you wanting to be married. It's nothing wrong with you wanting to be in a committed relationship. It's nothing wrong with you wanting to have a casual hookup with somebody. It's what you want. And that's what matters, not what everybody else thinks. Not these Bible scriptures that people try to put on you to try to make you feel bad for whatever you're choosing. Not the people out there that's telling you, well, if you have fornication, you're going to have misery and sadness. No, it's a lot of people out here that's fornicating just fine and they have happy situations and they move on to the next thing. If you have a level of understanding with a person and no one's lying to anybody, there's no way to be hurt. What ends up hurting people is the lying, the mistreatment, and the disrespect. That ends up hurting people's feelings. Okay? Now, again, there are people out there who have a strong belief in God, in religion. Okay, that's cool. Date someone who has the same beliefs you do. If you don't believe in fornicating, that's what's up. Just date someone who also believes in not fornicating. But don't sit here and use fornication as a way to like disrespect somebody else or drag somebody else because you feel like you holier than thou. That's bullshit. It's too many different diversities, too many different people doing too many different things in this world for us to be sitting here judging each other for our choices. You know what I'm saying? You know? Jay Santiago. Of course I started off speaking against that type of behavior. All right. For the slow people in the room, for those in the back who can't hear me, for those in the back who can't hear me. Listen, being somebody's mistress, right, is not for me. It's not something I like. I did it once. I was like, I'm good. I liked the casual experience we had. I liked us being friends. I like, being able to call him when I needed somebody to talk to and not having any type of complications a relationship would bring. But that was a temporary stage in my life. And to me, I feel like when I was sitting there hurt, I could have handled my hurt a little better than being some dude's mistress. So it's a lesson learned. And that's why I tell women, don't bother with it. You know what I mean? It's because I think I'm better than some woman and I'm judging another woman who decides to be a mistress. I'm saying all of the women out here who decide to be mistresses and side chicks, right? I've been a mistress and a side chick before. And the way that I was feeling around that time, I was so hurt and was in so much turmoil that had nothing to do with this man, that I could have found a better way of healing from my previous hurt. So of course I'm saying to women, being a mistress or a side chick to me is a bad behavior. And I'm also saying, and I'm also saying I participated in that bad behavior and I learned a valuable lesson. And I don't think that women should do that. I think that women should find a better way to heal. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm not gonna be judgmental to women who go through that. Thank you, Nikita, because Jay Santiago was coming up in here being extra. I was like, hello, somebody, moderators, moderators. Oh, speaking of moderators and people in my live streams, I will not be doing free live streams on YouTube anymore. They will be members only. Becoming April 1st, if you would like to see me do free live streams, I will be doing them on Instagram. So you have to follow me on Instagram at the real Soncerae. All right. So side chicks. It's men out there that love side chicks. It's side chicks out there that love being side chicks. You feel what I'm saying? It's somebody out there for everybody. Don't feel bad for the choices that you want to make for you. Everybody's learning curve is different. Everybody's experience is different. Everybody learn at their own time. It doesn't matter what people are telling you or asking you not to do. People got to learn on their own. People got to learn on their own, and experience is the best teacher. You got to go out here and see it and do it. You know? You know? What up, Shatika? Dollar Bill. I ain't trying to marry you. I don't know you like that. You ain't even got a picture up. I could at least look at you and be like, oh, he's sexy. I might consider marrying him. But you ain't even got that up. What you doing? Um, Thank you for coming to my live, my YouTube live. I noticed that most of the people that have been watching my YouTube channel are people who not subscribed to my channel. I don't know what it is about YouTube and them not showing people what they're subscribed to. I think it's kind of like you got to click the notification bell, because I'm telling you, the people that I love the most, I don't get notified when they post videos. I literally got to go look for them. I got to go put them in the YouTube search. So I decided to do a membership only type of thing for the people who genuinely support me, because it sifts out a lot of the foolishness with trolls and people that's really not interested and just coming here just to start stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I appreciate you watching my live stream. Oh, Shatika, once I turn the membership on, because I won't turn it on until April 1st, I'll have instructions up on my channel on how to turn on the membership. It's usually just the join button next to the subscribe button. Like if you go to anybody's like video and you see their picture and it has a subscribe button next to it, it'll be like a join in blue. And you click that. But it's not up on my channel yet because I'm not posting, I'm not turning it on until June 1st. I'm trying to give everybody on my channel who subscribed to it and who's, new or whatever, to see what I do in a live stream first, so they can decide whether they want to watch it on IG or whether they want to be a paid member, stuff like that. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Again, if you want to send care packets to my mother is going, my mother got the Rona. She's healing. She's doing so better. So if you want to send her something, some herbs or something like that, anything, you can send it to the P.O. Box. The P.O. Box address is in my community tab. Also, her Cash App is in the community tab as well. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you have not, and make sure you thumbs up my live streams. It's very important that people start thumbsing up my live streams. I appreciate it. If you have any video topic suggestions, you can email me at soncerae@gmail.com and I'll get to you, okay? Have vision and stay focused, y'all. Namaste.